I know. It doesn't release until April. It's like 4.5 months away, 5 months away. But you know what? A lot of people are talking about it. So we need to talk about it so people know what to do, okay? First of all, we're going to talk about Monarch. We're going to talk about Monarch, how to collect Monarch starting 5 months out. I think it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of questions about it on the social media thing, so I'm just going to give you my opinion and what I'm doing personally. But before we get there, we have a giveaway to announce, a winner to announce. On this channel, we like to give away stuff. So last couple videos, 3 days ago on my Arknight Shard video, I said that I was going to give away those other 2 posters. They are in here. And we had tons of comments, people giving me advice on should I get my shard graded or not. And so all those comments are right here in this hat. And we're going to pick a winner right now. We're going to pick a winner. And the winning comment is from Jeremy Silbert. Jeremy said, great video. I like the home like down to earth look and feel like of your videos. Thanks for commenting, Jeremy. I like it too. It's easy. I'm working on a new background. It'll be months before it's done. Work is crazy busy right now. Anyway, so Jeremy, I'll DM you or I'll PM you or I'll comment on there. Shoot me your email address. Shoot me your address on email and I'll get those out to you. We'll have another giveaway here at 300. I said we'd have one at 250. We'll just make the 300 one just equally as sweet once we get there because we missed that one and it's just moving so quick I can't keep up. So I am so thankful for you guys. Some people like this, some people don't. I just have it up there because I'm having fun growing. It's been so much fun to talk to you guys, and every one of you means something to me. Every one of you is important, so I just want to celebrate. If this gets too old or too stupid, let me know. We'll take it down. I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to play this game flesh and blood. So let's talk about Monarch, okay? Right now, Monarch's the next set. It's 5 months out. Alpha is out right now, or sorry, not Alpha, Unlimited is out right now, and everyone's upset because, product is kind of slow trickling. Don't worry, I've been talking to a bunch of LGSs, and they are getting product. It's just kind of slow trickling, so just be patient. Reach out to your local game store, see if you can get on the books to get one, or whatever you need to do. Do not buy $150 boxes. LSS, Legend Story Studios has said that they're going to keep printing this, so I think right now they're kind of focusing in on Monarch, and we'll see more boxes. So don't lose hope and don't start purchasing super expensive unlimited boxes. So this is going to be a guide for collectors and players alike. This is probably not for investors, but this is more like for people like me. For me, my own personal goal is to collect the entire set, like one card. I did this for Crucible. I got one of each card, a full play set of all the cards, and then a full play set being all foil rares, and then one foil majestic and 2 non-foil majestics. Like that was my play set for all of the crew cards, and then one of each the equipment. So that was kind of my goal, and I barely finished it before the huge spike. It was pretty awesome, actually. So that's my goal for Monarch as well. And so this is kind of for those collectors. Maybe you want to get 4 to 6 boxes, open up the packs, collect the set, and maybe keep 1 or 2 boxes sealed. That's kind of my goal as a collector, what I want to do. This isn't for the whales who want to buy hundreds of boxes and kind of buy out and kind of make money. And this is for collectors and players maybe who just want the cards to play. So that's what we're talking about. I've seen a lot of people asking, should I pre-order? And we're going to get to that as well. And I've seen a lot of people saying, don't pre-order. And we're going to talk about that. So there are currently investors who are trying to buy a lot of the supply or trying to pre-order. I've seen people pre-ordering from Team Covenant hundreds of boxes at a time in the Wall Street Discord. I've seen people, just really going crazy at that. And that's fine. I think let's not lose sight of this. Let's not get all negative. Whales are important to collectible card games. They kind of help drive prices to a point. Their money influx kind of gives us a value to the cards. And again, don't be mad at the whales. We talked about this a long time ago. Be a dolphin, right? Like in the ocean, there are other animals, and you can still swim in the ocean even though there are whales there. So make sure you get wet, make sure you dive in, make sure you're not missing out on Monarch. Don't lose hope. Remember, whales are okay, and that you can be just a different fish. You don't have to compete with the whales. You don't have to be as big as the whales. You just got to be a little bit quicker, right? You got to be willing to be in the water and be a little bit quicker than them. So here's where I think people are. There was a huge Magic the Gathering thing that happened about 3 or 4 months ago with this game shop called Mystical Games. And what happened is Mystical Games, I was actually involved in this. Mystical Games put out a pre-order for this product called Double Masters VIP. And they sold boxes, these, really one booster pack, but in this little cardboard box for $80 a box, which at the time, pre-orders were selling for like $100 a box. And so people put all this money and gave Mystical Games this huge kind of loan, pre-order. Like I purchased $1,000 worth of boxes as a pre-order. I was super excited. I wanted to rip them open. I wanted to collect them. And you know what? Like Mystical Games just vanished, right? Like product was released and Mystical, they didn't get their product in, and then they just kind of vanished. And you had to do PayPal disputes. I ended up getting my money back, but essentially what happened is I gave this business a $1,000 loan that, even if they had gotten the product, it would have been, too early. So that's kind of why people are kind of in this, don't give your LGSs this kind of loan until you closer to release day. And there is a lot of wisdom to that. And don't lose sight of that. Like, there is a lot of wisdom to saying, I'm going to wait till closer till my LGS gets their allocation numbers, or until websites, get more, steady numbers. So don't lose sight of that. There is a lot of wisdom to that. But here's what I'm going to say. Don't miss out on pre-orders either. For every store that has a terrible experience for pre-orders, there are many more stores who have positive experiences for pre-orders. And there are a lot of stores that are doing the right thing right now and waiting for their pre-orders. And okay, I'm not bashing Team Covenant. They've got their whole different thing. They're working with LSS. So if you get a pre-order with Team Covenant, you're good. Like, they've got all the product. They're kind of guaranteed with those promos and stuff like that. This is not what I'm talking about. Like the random game stores that you find online that you've never heard of, that don't have a huge, presence. And they're like, hey, we can get you boxes for $100. Like, that's what I'm talking about here. Be really careful about those stores, but don't miss out on pre-orders either. For every one that's negative, there are some that are positive too. And so here's my advice. Find some places to pre-order and kind of put in your mind a number. This is the number of boxes that I want to get. For me, that number is probably going to be like 8 to 10, right? Like, I'm going to try to secure and make sure that I get at least 8 to 10 for my own personal. Like, I want to rip them open for the channel, but I'm also going to probably try to get a little bit more than that because I do want to have some cool things that I want to do with that on the channel. So, but as a collector, as me personally, I'm kind of shooting for 8 to 10 to rip open for myself. And so here's my thing. Like, don't overextend yourself. Like, for me, it's like, I'm not going to pre-order 100 boxes because I feel like I might not get those 8 to 10. Like, I'm just going to pre-order the 8 to 10 that I want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to space them out at different stores. So my LGS in the area, like, I've already talked to him and kind of said, hey, can you put me on the books? Like, I want to get 4 from you. Can you make sure that you get that many in? Do whatever you need to do to pre-order more if you need to. And I've kind of said, like, if you end up getting more and you don't sell them, I'd love to purchase them. But if other people want them, they can take them as well. So my wisdom that I give people is space out. Like, don't just go to one store. Kind of put 4 in here. And so then I called another board game shop in my area and said, hey, are you able to get this product? And they said, yeah, it's the same distributor. We'll check in. And so kind of spread out your pre-orders towards many stores. That way, if one store kind of gets low allocations, then they don't get all their, if they sell 1,000 boxes and they only get 500 in, you still have other stores that you're relying on in that way. So that'll be my first piece of advice. But also keep in mind that stores are getting things in waves. Like this past week, the LGS that I play at actually got another box of Crew in. And like, Crew's been officially out of print, but they're still kind of slow dripping product into the market. So if you don't get your boxes like the first week, don't panic buy and don't don't freak out, because they are going to slow drip the product a little bit. There'll be a big, push of the initial release, but they're not going to just like, all right, we printed X boxes and all X boxes are out on the market now. They will slow drip those to the distributors before they they're not just going to run out of product on week one. So that's my personal opinion. It could dry up for a decent amount of time, like 2 or 3 weeks until product gets in. But you know, they don't just hit the printer button and then magically all the product gets to the distributors and then magically it's in your LGS. There's, you know, transportation times and waves of this stuff that happens. That's why you still see us continuing to get Crucible in shops while Crucible is on eBay right now for $600. That's just the way that this works. So that's my advice. Don't kind of freak out on week one. Don't pre-order all from the same store. And then here's my other advice. If you're planning on keeping some of it sealed while opening a lot of it as well, don't regret picking up some sealed product at, you know, after it hits out of first edition, right? Like after it hits the, you know, right now if you can get it from online at like $80 to $100, don't regret picking up a sealed box at the like $150 range if you're looking to keep it sealed, because again, like those prices are going to continue to steadily go up as the game gains in popularity and as people want those kind of first edition boxes. So if you have to, and if you miss out on pre-orders, don't freak out that you had to spend an extra $50 on the first edition products, because I have a lot of faith in those first edition products. And don't panic buy, right? This FOMO thing, this fear of missing out, the difference between $100 and $150 in the grand scheme of things, especially like, let's back up. Let's say that you purchase an Arcane Rising box at $150 instead of $100. Well, today that box is selling for like $2,000. So like, it really doesn't matter. So don't be that person who kind of FOMOs and says, oh man, like I missed out at the $150 or I missed out at the $100 range, so I'm not willing to purchase at $150. Kind of those months after the initial wave of product hit the market, if you can pick some up at that price point, I still think that's a solid collectible, a solid thing to have in your collection. I think you'll see that growth trajectory continue to rise. So don't fear of missing out, right? Don't place so much importance on this FOMO. If you can't afford the boxes to keep sealed right now, you could always pick it up in that kind of first 2 or 3 weeks as people are recouping their prices. You know, what you're going to see happen is so many people are pre-ordering right now at like $80, right? And then, you know, they're going to get their product in. They're going to see to themselves, oh man, if I bought 10 boxes, I could sell 5 of those boxes for $150 and make up all my money, and then my 5 boxes were the cost was $0. And so you'll see the market kind of pour back into itself. So even if you miss out at the $100 range, you'll have an opportunity at the $150 range as people are recouping. It's just basic economics, right? Like they're trying to recoup some of their investment. Things came up in the last 4 months, and that's the last part, right? Like you're already probably thinking it, Louis. We are 5 months out, right? April 30th is the release day. And here's what I think. It's important to start thinking that far ahead. You know, start thinking of some product that you maybe don't, some collectible stuff that you don't like as much, that you can start saving up some money so that when first edition does come up and you do have the opportunity to purchase some stuff, that you have those funds available and you don't have to rush to it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of looking around and seeing, you know, some magic cards I have around that I don't plan to play with anymore, or you know, old commander deck or something, and just kind of turning that into money that I'm putting aside to be able to pick up some first edition product of Monarch, just to be able to open. Like I said, I want to open a ton on the channel. I want to open a ton for those, you know, patron packs. I can't wait till a patron gets like a cold foil or something like that. And I'm just excited for it. I'm stoked for Monarch. I'm going to continue to talk about it as we get more information. But that's kind of my suggestion. Don't miss out on pre-orders, but don't pre-order super early. I would say like February is a great time to start looking for those as those allocation numbers come in from people. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. Hope you're having a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. I've seen a lot of arguments going on in channels and things like that. Let's make this community great, right? Let's have fun. Let's remember this is a card game, and let's not bash each other. Let's just have a great time. Hey, hope you're having a good one. Be kind to those around you.